Hi, how's it going, guys? My name is Christopher Henderson, and here I'd like to teach you about a little bit of Filipino culture. Um, this is a quote from my mother. She would say, "When courting a Filipino girl, you're not just courting her, but you're courting the entire family as a whole," which is a quote from my mother. Dating nowadays has never really been easier because we have dating apps and dating websites, but traditional dating in the Philippines was quite different. First of all, you'd have to get the parents' permission, and from there, basically there's four steps. You get the parents' permission. You have to chaperone. A chaperone can be a family member, a friend, but you'd have to earn their trust little by little. So here's the four steps. The first steps was you have to get to know their parents. You have to gain their approval, and then with that, you gain the trust of the lady because you earn her parents' trust. So that's the first step. The second step is what they call friendly start, which is you go on a public date with the chaperone or mutual friend. So that's basically like a trip, like a double date kind of in a way, is what I can compare it to in America. So you do that, and then you work hard for her love, which is any relationship communication stuff like that. The third step would be making the relationship public. To make it public, you already earned her respect from her family, and now you try to formalize the relationship with informing her parents. So basically, it's almost like marriage in America. You have to ask her parents' permission to date her, to even hang out with her. So normally when you visit their house, you'll bring the parents gifts or her gifts, and just something small like chocolate or something to show your gratitude. The last steps, you know, after being public, the next step would probably be marriage or engagement. So obviously, just like America, you have to ask the parents' permission. Um, so that's, I mean, that's the gist of dating in the Philippines. I think it's a more consistent method. I feel like they have more success in more long-term marriage, and I feel like that's why their relationships last a lot longer than ours because they put a lot of work just to get in their foot in the door. Although dating in traditional Filipino culture is different, it's one thing among many. Filipinos have a very strong religious belief as a whole, and that's what brings me to my next thing. That is that their history, their background on religion, it originated from Spain, which claimed land in 1565. Well, Spain was led by a man named Miguel Lopez. Miguel Lopez conquered the main island, also now known as Cebu. And back then it was named Cebuano. And they basically conquered island one by one. And while conquering island, they spread their religion, and their religion was Roman Catholicism, which is basically like Catholics nowadays. So they built churches, they forced locals into their religion, and so basically their religion was forced on them, and that's basically how they became Catholics. Yeah. And dating and religious beliefs, I feel like they're a huge part of Filipino culture, and they continue to shape Filipino families into respecting and loving homes. For the most part, I've met a lot of Filipinos, and they seem like very friendly people. Personally, I'm Filipino, so that may be biased, but although very different from America, the Filipino tradition can teach us a lot of things we could use today about dating, I think. It's all about putting the other person's love above our own and putting her above ourselves, or him or her. Perhaps that comes from a Christian background. Perhaps this is a quote, but I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, which is Matthew 5:44. The Filipino culture is all about respect and loving on one another as we want to be loved. So love each other.